Assalamu alaikum. Another beautiful name of Allah is Al-Hafiz, the one who protects, the giver of security. Allah says in chapter of Hud, Inna rabbaka ala kulli shayin hafiz. Indeed, your Lord is to everyone the giver of security. And Allah was happy with the advice that Shu'aib was telling his people. There are people who were selling measurable food items. They collect full amount of money and they weigh less. Shu'aib was telling them this is wrong. It is better you give people full measure, and if you do that, even if you get less profit, it is better for you. Baqiyatullahi khairul lakum in kuntum mu'minin. The little that you get when you weigh full is more blessed. وَمَعَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِحَفِيظ. And I cannot give you security. Allah is the one who does that. Allah says in chapter of Shura, وَالَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ. Those who take other than Allah as their allies, Allahu hafidhun alayhim. Allah is the one who gives them security. So Allah is saying that I am the one who give you security, but you are taking allies beside me. And I want you to reason over these words of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, that the more human being needs something, the easier Allah give them access to it. We need oxygen, we need food, we need water, we need money, and the most important of all is air, which is free. Every single human being need about 150 gallons of oxygen, and every single one is getting it. And we need water, not as we need air, and water contains the earth. About 70% of the earth is water, not as we need air. So Ibn Qudama is also saying, and if you look at the animal kingdom, all those that have more enemies, talking about predators, Allah gave them ability to protect themselves, and He made them to move faster than those with less enemies. And if you think wisely, you see that all the animals that have enemies, Allah gave them ability to protect themselves. For example, the cows, they have horns, they protect themselves against their enemies with their heads. The snake, they protect their enemies against their enemies with their mouths. The tortoise with their shell. Human being has all this. He has the technology. Allah gave him the hands and the feet, the legs to run when they see danger. So He is giving us protection. All these protections that the animals are having, we are having entirely in us. We can't be able to build a house with the technology that we're having. Allah gave us. None of the animals has this. We have the technology to know to do whatever with our hands. That is what Allah is saying in chapter of Sabah, وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَفِيظٌ. And your Lord is to everyone the giver of security. And Allah also says in chapter of Fatir, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُمْسِكُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ أَن تَزُولَا. Can't you see that Allah is able to hold the heavens and the earth to keep it in motion? Imagine that if He takes off this gravity, the situation that we can be. So this is Allah, the giver of security. Allah grant us complete guidance. Wa akhir da'wana.